$1 million. Boys, that's how much you could make with OnlyFans management if you watch this entire video, because I'm going to teach you exactly how you're able to do that. Now, the biggest issue that you'll have with OnlyFans management is making sure your clients are actually getting great results, right? Because if your clients aren't happy, your clients will leave. And then you get into this death spiral of constantly having to do outreach, having to do so much work to get new clients. You do a horrible service, they are unhappy, they leave, and you have to keep doing that. Keep doing outreach, keep getting new clients, and they get a horrible service, they're unhappy, they leave, right? Now in this video, I'm gonna teach you exactly how to set expectations from the get-go to avoid all of that, to make sure that everyone's happy, everyone's making money, and you guys can carry on and have a prosperous business relationship, and you guys can potentially even make $1 million, right? So imagine this, you've just had an issue with PayPal. You go onto PayPal's website and you go into the bottom right of the website and there's a little speech bubble where you can speak to somebody, right? And create a support ticket because you have a problem and you need to resolve that problem, right? Now, if you go ahead and click the button and you write in your support ticket, hey, Mr. PayPal, my account has been frozen, whatever the problem is, please help me, you hit enter. Now, typically what happens after is your message is received, and then an automated message below that will say, hi there, just wanted to confirm that your message has been sent over to our team. We'll get back to you in 3 to 5 working days. Look out for an email. That's typically what you'll get, right? Now, that is done for a purpose, because if you were to send across this little message, and trust me, I'll relate this back to OFM in just a second, bear with me. If you were to send across this support message, and you just hit enter and nothing happened, you'd be like, what do I do now? Can I get a response? What's going on? And also the fact that it said 3 to 5 business working days, you now know, okay, if it's the 4th day, okay, they're gonna get back to me tomorrow, no problem. I know roughly when they should get back to me, right? Basically, they set you expectations is what I'm saying. Now, this is gonna be the key point of this entire video, is setting expectations. And I'm gonna talk to you about when, how, and why you need to set expectations. So why is the first one, which is exactly this reason. So if you were to create a support ticket, as an example I'm saying about with PayPal, and you hit enter, and they don't tell you the expectations to get a reply within 3 to 5 days, and you've been waiting 2 days now, and you're like, this is so long, why aren't they replying? It's been 2 days, it's getting really annoying, right? If they didn't give you the expectations, you'd be super pissed off. But if they give you the expectations that will be 3 to 5 days, even on a 4th day, you might actually not be pissed off, because you know they said they'll get back to you within about 5 days. Okay? So with your agency and your clients, it's exactly the same thing. Setting expectations is by far one of the most important things, especially when you're starting out with a new client. Because new clients will come on board, they'll be super excited to work with you, right? You probably told them about how you can do this X, Y, and Z thing, and they're excited to work with you, right? They've either come from a shit previous agency, or they're just starting with a new agency for the first time. So either way, they're super excited and they're keen to get started and make a lot of money, right? So they're probably going to be expecting a bunch of different things. And here's another thing. Every single person imagines best case scenario in their head. It's a very normal thing, like human psychology, that's how it works. So for you, for example, when you're imagining, picking up your dream car, you're imagining like this best case scenario where you walk into the showroom, they're ready, they're greeting you there, there's balloons there, you rip the covers off of your brand new supercar, everyone's cheering, everyone's applauding, you feel like you're on top of the world, you have this best case scenario, best vision right in your head. But in reality, it's like once you get to that stage where you can afford your supercar, you kind of just go to pick it up and then you just drive away with it. Sometimes it's not like that. So in business, it's kind of the same thing. You always imagine the best case scenario. So your clients, your models, when they start working with you and they just come onto your agency, they'll be thinking the best case scenario, which is they get onboarded in less than 24 hours. The marketing starts, the chatting starts, everything is going smooth. And within the first couple of days, she can see a 2, 3, 4, maybe even a 5x of her income increase in the first couple of days. Now, is all of that possible? Yes. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. You can onboard a model within 24 hours by all means. Yes, you can set up the chatters. Yes, you can begin the marketing. And yes, you can actually 2x, 3, 4, even 5x her income. Now, does that happen every single time? No, most of the time it doesn't. Sometimes you have to wait for login details, which delays it by an entire day. Sometimes your chatter has an electrical power cut, so he or she can't do the chatting, so you have to delay that for another day, right? All of these numerous different things that can occur, but if you don't set expectations, your model will be thinking the best case scenario. Right, it's been 24 hours, what's happening, what's going on, what's da-da-da. So to avoid all of this, and by the way, this is one of the main reasons why your model will most likely leave, right? So once you start working with a brand new model, most of the time, if you guys part ways, most of the time it's because you didn't set expectations the right way, right? Yeah, sure, sometimes it'll be because you didn't get the results, but the results take a bit of time to actually see the results. Typically, it isn't overnight. And this is the entire point of this video, is to set the expectations so he or she, the model, can wait long enough to actually see the results. Because between me and you, 100%, if you try your entire hardest, if you're in our coaching program and you follow exactly what we teach you to do, and you do it for a long enough period of time, so aka 3-4 weeks at least, and you follow exactly what we tell you to do, there is no way you can not increase that income. There really isn't. But it takes 3-4 weeks at least to start to see an increase. Like, at least, right? Sure, in some anomaly cases, you can see it in the first couple of days, but on average, it will take you a couple of weeks. So let's get into the practicals of this video, right? So first things first, as soon as the model has signed the contract and he or she is, agreeing to working with yourself, well, first of all, you, by this point, need to obviously understand when is he or she ready to get started with you, right? She might sign a contract there and then, but what if she's with a current agency right now and she has to give them a 2-week notice or a 4-week notice, right? Well, then she needs to tell you that, right? But if you don't ask her, she probably won't tell you that, or she won't even know, right? So that's the first thing. When can she actually get started? You need to know this. Second thing, can she go all in right away? Or does she have a holiday coming up? Does she have something to do with her kids? Does she have kids? Like, does she have any happening with her kids? Or does she have something coming up within the next couple of weeks that might affect the results of your service, right? You need to know these things, because if she does, and if she's going on holiday in 3 weeks, or if she's got something coming up, you must obviously pre-warn her to say, hey, by the way, absolutely great, enjoy your holiday, fantastic, I can't wait for you to go. Just to let you know, please keep this in mind, that obviously once you're gonna be away on holiday in 3 weeks from now, we're gonna see a bit of a dip. I'm just letting you know that isn't gonna be due to our agency, that's because you'll be gone and you won't be able to create as much content, customs, blah, blah. And again, it's so simple, but if you are just starting out, you don't know these things. And this is why you, the same as thousands of other people, we have over 1,000 people in our coaching program right now. That's why you need to join us, because we have done this. We've done this time and time and time again. We know exactly what to tell you to tell your models to manage all of these expectations. So cool, but let's just say it's smooth sailing. And let's just say the model is ready to sign up with you there and then. She's signed a contract, she's ready to get started. She hasn't got holidays or nothing coming up, right? Well, what are the next steps, right? So every agency is different. We teach you guys in our coaching program in a very particular way on how to do the right way, the onboarding. So I won't go into the entire onboarding process, but if you're interested, there'll be a YouTube video down below, completely free for you to watch. And you can check it out. It's a free video, first link, it's the only link in the description, right? Don't want your email, none of that. It's the first link in the description, it's just a YouTube video. So anyway, you need to have a predictable onboarding process that's kind of like clockwork, right? So model signs, step number 1 happens. That is complete. Step number 2 happens. That is complete. Step number 3 happens. That is complete. And you want to make sure you're tracking all of this, right? Sure, when you only have one model and you're onboarding one model, it's pretty easy to keep a track of where she's at, right, within the system. But once you get to a stage like us, where you're able to sign multiple models per week, it gets a bit crazy, it gets hectic, right? So you need to have a system in order to organize all of it and keep a track of what part is what model at, what do you need from each model, login details, maybe some content here, access to this, send her that, etc., etc. Now going back to the point of this video, which is setting expectations, right? So on this onboarding process, as she's doing every single part, you must set expectations. Very, very, very important. So I'll give you just one little bit of an inkling, a bit of a hidden gem on how we do it. And again, I'm not gonna go through the entire thing, but I'll give you one snippet of our onboarding process. So one part of it is where we send across what I call like chatting scripts, right? So these are pre-planned scripts with content already included in there. So these are pre-made scripts that our chatters can follow, and the model has pre-made the content to fit the script. So one of them is, for example, a shopping script. So this is where the first 3 photos, she's maybe taken a picture of her shopping bags, then she's out, in the mall, for example. She takes a picture of her shopping bags. The second one is she's in a taxi with her shopping bags. The third one, she's at home with her shopping bag. And then from there on, she goes on to actually put on the stuff that she just purchased, then she takes it off, and You can imagine, you can use your imagination, kind of how these scripts go, right? Now, as we're sending these scripts over for her to create the content, we're telling her by when do we expect these scripts by, how often do we need them, and why it's super, super fucking important that we get them. So it's super, super important that you guys implement all of these things. And as you're explaining all of these things and why you need it, when do you need it by, and just setting these expectations, both yourself and your entire team and the model know exactly what's going on. right? Now, granted, you might be watching this and going, okay, Marcus, setting expectations, I understand that, that's very important. But if I've never done this before, how can I tell her what to expect when I don't even know what to expect? Well, my friend, I have a solution for you. Like I said, there's a YouTube video that explains everything you will need to know down below in description. It's a YouTube video. I don't need your email, nothing. Click the link down below. It's a free YouTube video. I need you to watch it right now. You can end this video, click the link down below, watch that video, and then hopefully I get to speak to you very, very soon.